Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's main event is brought to you by Corporate Sponsors International in association with SJC Boxing, Pachette Promotions, Pennzoil, Cardenas Markets, and Corona La Cerveza Más Fina. This is your main event of the evening, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing for the NABO Super Middleweight Championship. Representing the NABO at ringside are the president of the World Boxing Organization, Valcarce Paco Francisco, and the superintendent, Ricardo Rizzo. The three judges who will be scoring tonight's championship bout at ringside are from Miami, Florida, Rick Bays. From Miami, Bill Ray. And from Bradenton, Mike Ross. Your referee in charge of this contest from Miami, Armando Garcia. Introducing first out of the red corner, wearing 168 pounds. He wears black trunks with white trim. He comes all the way from Newport, Kentucky. His professional record, 19 wins, only 3 losses with 15 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger, Roni Martinez. Boxing out of the blue corner, weighing 167 pounds. He wears the black trunks. He comes originally from Andros Island, Bahamas, now boxing out of Naples, Florida. His professional record, an outstanding 20 wins, only 2 losses with 10 knockouts. Representing the SJC boxing team, here is the defending NABO Super Middleweight Champion, Freeman, the Natural Barr. 12 rounds for the NABO Super Middleweight Championship.
Freeman, Roni, we had a great chat in the dressing room. You will obey my commands and you will protect yourself at all times. Watch your headbutts, low blows. I don't want to see any of the elbows or forearms. Is that clear? Good luck, touch gloves. May the best man win.
So we're set to go in our main event. Freeman Barr, there you see him, #1 ranked by the WBO in the super middleweight division, taking on veteran Roni Martinez, who comes in here with that 19-3 record. But as we said, a man 19-3-1. But as we said, a man who has not fought much in the last few years, and he said he's not worried about that ring rust because he's trained so hard. We'll see.
Freeman, the best way I can describe him is a boxer puncher. Again, not tremendous power, but he has the capability of turning over some power shots.
And there he wings the right hand. Good right hand downstairs by Barr. Martinez will use the jab. That's what he does. Called his 1995 fight against Roberto Duran. And it was a big disappointment for him. I remember at the time he felt he could beat the then still aging Duran, but it just couldn't get it done.
Freeman will be the much quicker of the two. I was there when he was stopped in round number 8, November of '96 by Rito Rubalcaba, who's going on to fight for a world title against William Joppy. And he was sick going into that fight, and we actually kind of didn't know about it before the fight, but he went in there anyway and just ran out of gas. And that one, the Burt Shank fight that he lost in 1999, stopped in 4 rounds. He claimed that some foreign substance in Germany got in his eyes and impaired his vision.
Well, one of the things with Burt Shank's gloves got this.
Could be.
But he did. But here's what happened. He did suffer an eye infection, and that's why I think you can make a case. I'm being facetious, but you can make a case that something might have gotten in his eye because he had an eye infection that kept him out of the ring for months and months.
3 or 4 other fighters since then have complained in fights in Germany, so I don't know, maybe something in the air.
Well, or it could be a coagulant or something. Barr switches to the lefty stance, which he has done on occasion before. And now he switches back to righty.
I like Freeman, though, when he fights just as he is now as an orthodox fighter. He has a very good left jab, throws some nice hooks. He's always in great condition. Steve Canton and SJC, they do a great job of keeping this man in good shape, and they've done a great job at getting him in a position where, with a win tonight, This is, of course, his NABO title defense, but more importantly, a win here tonight. He's the mandatory for Joe Calzaghe, who's the WBO super middleweight champion.
Half a minute left to go here in round number 1.
Nice combination left-right by Freeman.
Good shots downstairs by Freeman Barr. He likes to dig that right hand downstairs to the body. And of course, if you're fighting a guy that hasn't fought that much and doesn't stay that active, the body's a good place to go. I'll do it for round 1.
Freeman punctuates that round with a very stiff left jab. Certainly did enough to win round number 1.
Yeah. I'm trying to break the sweat, man. Yes, I know. But I tell you what, you check him out, you're doing right.
Those are Florida colors, you know.
Are they really? And perhaps
now that's what I need.
Highest heels in history.
I need those for my stand-ups. Being a rather diminutive guy.
You're not that
and when
short.
you see your opening, you got it.
Let's listen in.
Right? Everything's falling in place for you. The longer it goes, then you're gone. Yeah, you know, that's like trying to push him. Yeah, you push him, break him down a little bit, and keep the pressure on him in order to break him down. Okay. All right? Yeah. Good round. Good round.
Steve Canton there, giving instructions. Does a great job. He's an excellent trainer.
Good man, well-respected boxing man here in this part of Florida as a trainer, manager, even promoter, and nice guy. We're into the second round of this main event. Al Bernstein along with James Smith. Happy you joined us for our evening of CSI Boxing. And we're in our main event in the second round with Freeman Barr taking on Roni Martinez. Barr on the right of your screen, and there's Roni Martinez, who toward the end of that last round got hit with a couple of real strong jabs and kind of shook his head like, oh yeah, that was good. Almost as if acknowledging that I'm in here against a guy who's just got excellent skills.
Well, Martinez needs to, he's content to try to wait and counter, and that's not the way to fight a quicker-handed guy like Freeman Barr. He needs to try to throw his own shots because he's going to get picked apart. Because Freeman's the kind of fighter that gets much better as the fight.
Down goes Martinez, but I believe that was a slip. And yes, it was a slip. A little water over there in the corner of Barr.
A lot of perspiration on the ring mat because of, again, the intense heat here and humidity.
Barr has used that jab very effectively during the course of this first 2 rounds. And that's what he wants to set up with it. The right hand that just barely missed on that occasion.
He won't keep missing, though, if he gets those too many more of those opportunities. His accuracy will get better. I think Freeman's will like that as the fight goes on.
Barr saw the tapes of Martinez against Duran, but said, I can't really take too much from that. I fight differently than that version of Roberto Duran. I have a different style, so the tapes won't help me that much. There he switches to the left-handed stance, does Barr, and uses his jab. He's got a pretty good jab from the southpaw stance as well. But like most fighters that switch, probably loses a little power.
You got it with the straight left hand. Yeah, the jab is all right, but he does lose the power because his power shot is that overhand right.
And the fighter he admires most, Marvin Hagler, of course, switched, and in most cases was effective with switching, except for one time in his career when he fought the first 3 rounds against Leonard as a righty and effectively gave the fight away.
Right.
You knew which rounds I was talking about.
Exactly. Freeman with a nice combination there. Stunned Martinez for a moment.
Under halfway, or under a half a minute left to go in round 2.
Get over here, over here, over here. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Mouthpiece came out. Martinez's mouth. It's always nice when they clean it off.
Yes, it helps when it comes out. It's nicer when they clean it. Just seconds remaining here, and Martinez gets in a good jab, one of the few he has landed. So round 2 comes to a conclusion in what is a hot and sticky arena here, the exhibition hall, in which the air conditioning hasn't quite kicked in and may not. But when it's like this, what do you need? To cool yourself off?